everybody, welcome to day 2 of the Home Cakery Coach's Get Legal workshop. Today I'm going to be covering choosing your business name. Right, from the very beginning, the first advice I will give you is do not ask friends and family. They will come up with the worst, most absolute shite business names you can ever imagine. You've got to live with this, so don't listen to them, right? From the very beginning of choosing your business name, you've got to get it right. Because it's going to stay with you. There's a lot of things that you need to consider that might not have even entered your head yet. My cake business has gone through a number of different incarnations. My first business was a sandwich shop, and I sold that as a going concern, so I could no longer use that trading name. I then moved into Doncaster Market. I was called the Chocolate Deli, which I thought were really clever because I was surrounded by all of these delis. And then I found out someone down in Norfolk was also called the Chocolate Deli, and their business was very, very slick and sexy and perfect. So it weren't going to work for me. So I changed name yet again. Each time I changed my business name, I did lose customers. At some points I did actually move premises at the same time, so you have to bear that in mind. So to get it right from the beginning is a very, very good idea. So what I want to impress on you is that this name will fit the future of your business. So if in 5 years' time you envision yourself setting up 10-tier glorious wedding cakes in the biggest, poshest venues in the UK, starting off being called Chunky Bums Cupcakes with Z's on the end is probably not going to get you those high-end clients in the future, right? If you only ever want to sell cupcakes, and if your brand is quirky and funny, Fatty Bums could be absolutely perfect for you. So just think about that. Consider who you are and who you want to be as well. Right, so you might want to choose something. If you do want to do those 10-tier wedding cakes in big posh venues, you might want to consider your name now. Get something that reflects that now. I would also say be wary of choosing names that might limit your sales opportunities. For example, if you are going to name a certain product in your name, such as cupcakes, especially something like fashionable such as cakesicles or choc bombs, those products are probably going to fade out just as whoopie pies did, just as the round cake pops did. So it's difficult. You need to just bear that in mind, as I say, for the future. It's not just about now, it's about the future. Even if at this point you might just want to make cupcakes, at some point in the future people are going to start saying to you, can you do me a big cake? You might decide you want to get into that. A lot of people do think they're just only ever going to sell cupcakes, and then they start getting asked and they think, yeah, I'm going to give that a bash, and you end up doing them. So if your business name is Kerry's Cupcakes, people who want big cakes are not going to come to you because it suggests that all you sell is cupcakes. So think about that. Beware of fashionable phrases like trending memes or TikTok quotes or something like that. Just be aware that these things can date. Something else, don't use words like couture or bespoke. If you're selling excuse me, if you're selling a set menu where people can only choose certain products, you are not a bespoke business. If you are, as most of us do still constantly, reproducing photos of other cake makers' cakes, that's a video all in itself. That's a contentious one, isn't it? But if you are basically most of what you do in the beginning is copying other cake makers, or certainly being heavily inspired by, shall we word it that way, don't call yourself bespoke, because you're not creating something that's made to order. So don't be a bespoke bakery if you are not bespoke. For example, you're only going to wind your potential customers up. Right, next page. If you are likely to build your business and then sell it, don't have your name in your business name. It might not be something you're thinking about yet, but certainly if you might be selling your your business as a going concern, if you're going to sell your recipes, if you're going to sell, your branding and your websites onto someone else who wants to just set up quickly. If you've got your Christian name in there, it's going to be difficult to do that. So that's not something that most of us need to consider, but please do. Having sold a business name, please do be aware that you lose that business name at that point. Right, think about your social media and your website addresses. Think about how it reads as a hashtag. There's a story years and years ago when hashtags first began. Obviously, they're a string of words, and I remember a musician, and one of the hashtags, it was something, the end of the hashtag read, an album party, right? As a hashtag that reads something, anal bum party, right? It got a massive amount of publicity, but you just please be aware that it's not what they were aiming for. So read your hashtags, get other people to, because obviously you know what it's meant to say. So if you show it to someone else and they're like, actually that says something different, it's not always something rude, but it might just not work very well. So be aware of how it will read as a hashtag or as your @ on Instagram, for example. Also search for it, because someone might already be using it, not even necessarily for a cake business. Obviously there's millions and millions of usernames out there. So do a search for it on all social media platforms. Do a search for it, just search Google for it. Search Google for your entire business name, not just your hashtag. See what pops up. You might find that there are other businesses called that already, or that might not even be anything to do with cakes sometimes. So, your tick list for today. Once you've thought about a name, once you're considering something, I want you to search on the Company's House website, and also trademarks. Do a trademark search. Make sure no one else is already using it. You don't want to get cease and desist when you've set up in a certain business name. I'll give you the links to this attached to the video. So you need to search for Company's House and trademarks. Google the business name, see what comes up, and search for it on all your social media platforms, including as a hashtag. You need to know that your ideal @ isn't already being used. Buy the domain name. Just do a Google search for by domain name. Type it in. If it's available, buy it. You can buy a domain name for 99p from like GoDaddy and things like that. Then even if you're not intending getting a website straight away, at some point in the future you own that domain name. No one else can get it and use it for their use. So get chatting in the comments on this one. If you're testing out new business names, ask other people's opinions. Let's work together in the comments and see if you can come up with something that will be amazing for your brand. I'll pop the links below to Company's House and the like. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow I will be covering insurance. Boring but essential. Right, thank you for watching. Bye.